What's up, everyone? It's me, Matt from Diazable, coming at you with another album review. And today, well, this is more of an EP review. I'm checking out the EP from the band Blood Runs Cold with their EP, Blood Runs Cold. Yeah. A little bit about this band is they are a hardcore band out from somewhere out in the Long Island area. I know that they are kind of like a hardcore, a little super group because it's like members from a bunch of different bands. I just know that off the top of my head, I think the vocalist from Koyo sings for this band, and I'm really bad at knowing who's in this band and whatnot. And also, there's so many bands, and I haven't gotten to everyone, so I'm still learning a lot of things. But yeah, let's check out this EP, Blood Runs Cold. Yeah. Intense out of the gate with how the drums are really tight. You got some really big, solid riffs that sound huge and heavy. I will say the vocals seem a little bit buried, though. And then overall, this song and this band is giving me Vane FM vibes in terms of how they sound, but a bit less chaotic and a bit more streamlined and more straightforward. The breakdown is just okay, but it has a really snappy snare drum on top of it, so that's good.
Even when you're gone, I'll tell them my religion's you and punctures.
The very start of the song, you get like a really very interesting like Marauder slash Hatebreed style riff. Very cool there. Again, vocals are kind of buried in the mix. Large and bold guitars, more straightforward playing here. Nice groove towards the end of the song. So overall, it's a pretty good song. And with that being said, I'm going to play a clip of White Noise for you. This is the part where I felt like it was just very straightforward, nothing too complicated. It is what it is in terms of the riff department. Here you have a more slower and more menacing feeling song with some really tight riffs. Drums sound really good, especially with how fast they're playing and the snappiness of them. And again, the vocals are buried. They're very, very buried. They sound so far away. Drums sound really good with the snare and everything. And then the breakdown goes really hard on this song, which really, I think, saves it up for the most part. We got some hard riffs coming out of the gate of this song and everything. But as the song progresses, some of the playing from the riffs sound a bit repetitive. Like they sound good, but they feel like they've been recycled from previous songs. Again, vocals buried in the mix, so they don't sound that good, kind of hard to hear. Drums sound especially groovy in the breakdown, so that's good. Guest vocals go really hard, but they are also buried as well. So here's a little clip of Kill Yourself. That particular part felt very recycled from their previous songs, it feels like. But then again, I could be wrong. Let me know down in the comments. We got a deep and rich guitar sound here. Drums sound really great and have a nice echo sound to them. I guess that's that reverb. They got a really good reverb to them. Not really feeling the vocals on this one particularly and how they were mixed. But I will say that these guys can write a really good breakdown. And the riffs, more of that Hatebreed style here, so that's always good. Good opening riff and percussions on this song. And I noticed as I was listening to this album, and by this point I just realized that I didn't really notice the bass on this EP, if there's any bass. The riffs, they're good here. They're pretty solid for the most part. Very chug machines when it comes to the riffs, and especially in the middle of the song. Breakdown is okay, but it grows on you at the, like, it's kind of okay at first, but as they go heavier and slower, it's kind of like, actually, It's a pretty good breakdown. So I want to play a clip of Mercy Put Me Down. Got more of those Marauder style riffs. Yeah, so these are my thoughts on the Blood Runs Cold EP and everything. And I'm looking at my notes here, and it says that the other bands that this band is formed from is Koyo, Sanction, The Fight, Separated, and some other bands that came together and made this little band. And I think one thing, if you're going in here just thinking like, I'm just going to listen to some fun hardcore, nothing more, nothing less, this is a really great album for that. There's nothing really here breaking the mold or being different or anything. It's pretty solid hardcore for the most part. But there are some hiccups on the way. And I will say, like, the number one thing is the vocals. They're really hard to hear. They're really buried. So it's hard to really understand what's being said and like who's saying it and whatnot. And I think that's more on the mixing and production side than the vocalist. Because he has a very high register, so it still kind of comes through, but you don't hear it as clearly. And also on the guest vocals, they were kind of buried as well. So I feel like that's something that could be worked on. And the bass, I think, yeah, there is bass in this band and everything, but it was almost non-existent to my, I guess you could say untrained ear, but I didn't feel or see, not see, but I couldn't feel or hear any of the bass. Let me know where I was wrong. Maybe there's a particular moment that I missed. But yeah, didn't feel any of the bass. The guitars and the drums, they were great. Very dynamic, very interesting to hear, very hard riffs, solid drumming really in the pocket. I would say there's only one time or even just one song where the riffs and the drums kind of felt a little bit repetitive. But overall, very dynamic playing, very interesting riffs throughout this EP and everything. So if I think, like I said earlier, if you're just going in for just some solid, fun hardcore with nothing more to it, this is a very enjoyable album. But if you want something more from that, I think they got to work on some things with this band and everything. So this EP, Blood Runs Cold, I think is a nice to all right 7.5 out of 10. Yeah, so let me know down in the comments what you thought about this EP. What you thought about my review. Let's start a conversation. Like, subscribe, check out this video, and I will see you guys later. Bye.